Hello and welcome to the OriginMD channel. This time we'll have a first look at all the cards that have been spoiled and try to identify the best ones for Magic duels. The preliminary advice for the new players is still to go for Kaladesh first. There are some cool new cards from starter box, but not enough to build a new farming deck around. Of course, you can always modify the existing decks and try new cards. That's part of the fun. This is the first impression video with discussion on what archetypes have improved and which fun decks you can build. A note of caution: the meta may or may not shift significantly due to the Amonkhet cards. It's too early to tell what will happen because we got more good cards than expected. On to the stars of the show. Fling is perhaps one of the most broken cards in Amonkhet. You can get value from your attacker by flinking in response to removal spells, or combo with Fling by sacrificing your pumped creatures. Fling that Dreadnought with siege modification? Why not? Fling Gaia's Revenge versus Control? Sounds good. Pumping your Nantuko Husk with tokens and creatures and fling it for one hit KO. We also have 4 copies, so we can expect great things from that card. The applications can be far and wide for this beauty. Throne of the God Emperor is amazing for aggro and vehicle decks. Having lots of creatures means lots of damage. Expect it to be quite good. Board stalls for vehicles, tap all tokens to crew and wait for that damage to pile up. Opponent is running 8 fogs? We've got that covered. Ever heard of Rise from the Tides? Say hello to the throne. Just don't run into the harsh mentor. More on him in a few minutes. All 3 Planeswalkers are interesting, with Gideon trying his best to break the format and being useful in both mid-range and control decks due to his ultimate. Liliana looks like she might be too expensive for most zombie decks, but as a one-off, it can see some play. Nissa looks very interesting in a Simic setting, and can be super useful if the game drags on. Champion of Ronos might be massive in ramp decks. Just imagine, turn 1 any land, turn 2 a forest and a mana elf, turn 3 this champion, turn 4 attack and exert an Ulamog or Gaia's Revenge or play this Crusher. Not bad at all. Never return. People have been asking for unconditional Planeswalker removal, and the pleas have finally been heard. If you've been suffering from Super Friends, it may be time to include black in your deck. One of the changes discussed on Reddit Discord was the possible emergence of Exert aggro. Essentially, if you give your Exert creatures vigilance, with always watching or the white trial, you get to use those sweet abilities again and again when attacking. Be vigilant of abilities that untap those creatures, including Jeru's Resolve, Samut, etc. Vampires with Madness got some good friends in Amonkhet. Flameblade Adept can be pretty decent in a Madness deck, and can be pumped a lot with cards like Cathartic Reunion. Bloodrage Brawler and Fiery Temper, or Arms in the Veins, are the new best friends. Battlefield Scavenger can fit in with Rakdos Vampires. Not only do you get a discard outlet, you also get to draw a card. Zombies are going to be great again, it seems. Time to reflect. Oh boy, exile on anything that blocked or was blocked by a zombie for 1 mana? Time to block Gideon and get rid of him for that 1 white mana. I expect this spell to be great. Binding Mummy may be great for getting rid of board stalls by tapping creatures. Can't wait to see it in action. Zombie Lord is good and can give menace to other zombies. We can also have 3 copies, which is great, because it does seem like a removal bait. Can't wait to play it. I feel like Plague Belcher can be a fun card to play and make it work. Evan Windguide. Zombies are not that scary. What? They are all flying? This card is pretty expensive, but quite fun if it hits a developed token board. Will be fun to see it played. Supernatural Stamina looks like it's super good against instant speed removal, especially if cast on a creature with an enter the battlefield ability. Unlooted Procession looks good with the Embalm mechanic. Let's flood the board to the limit. If you can combine it with Valor in Agros, it may be hilarious. Same with Rise from the Tides. Liliana's Mastery that puts 2 3/3 zombie tokens on the board if we count the enchantment looks quite nice as well. Onto the runner-up and build around cards. Cast Out has a lot of people excited. This enchantment has Flash, which means you can exile permanents on your opponent's turn. Time to get rid of those planeswalkers, and you have an option to cycle it too if you don't need it. Scarab Feast looks like main deck material for control decks this season. Exiling Scraphew Scroungers and all those embalmed dudes is going to be important. And if you're playing a different deck, you can always cycle, given that you have black mana. Harsh Mentor is set to teach a lesson to artifact and vehicle decks. We can expect him to be included in the red deck wins shell. I feel like Hard Piece of Manticore is a good cut for aggro decks. Can also be embalmed to fling once more. Dusk, Dawn may see play in White Weenie and control decks. Honored Crop Captain is a good buddy that does what it needs best. Buff our token or creature army and attack. Very good for a go wide strategy. Blue got some build around cards too. Curator is a 4/4 flyer for 4 mana and comes with good upsides for cycling cards. It will likely find a place in a blue flyer deck. Drake Haven with Chandra's Discard or Collector Defiance? Getting plenty of 2/2 flying drakes can be a game ender. Sounds like a combo plan to me. Archfiend of Ifnir looks like a very interesting card in a discard, madness and cycling deck. Enigma Drake in an Izzet Burn and Pump deck looks excellent. Combine it with Fling and Chaos may ensue. Trial of Ambition makes your opponent sacrifice a creature for only 1 colorless and 1 black. Might also be quite interesting to see it in action. Getting flag from counterspells, Prowling Sample Pod has got you covered. Another honorary mention is Commit to Memory. Control and recycling deck that commit to blue and hate mill can now use the second ability to shuffle all the graveyards into the deck. Unfortunately, everyone draws 7 cards after this, so if the tutelage is out, it may hurt you. What are your thoughts on how the meta is going to change into Amonkhet? Do you agree or disagree with anything? Leave a comment and let me know. I want to thank you for watching and see you in the next video.